what content tools, what editing platforms would you recommend to other artists?
CapCut. CapCut's easy. I learned how to use CapCut easily. There's so many others that are just like CapCut out there, but not quite Cap. I like CapCut. I know what I'm using. I know what I'm looking for. Like, I know the effects that I like to use. I also use Kickstart.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Miltrick Media. I'm your host, Miltrick, and I'm sitting down with Staten Island recording artist, music artist, singer and rapper, Pat Allen. Pat, thank you for sitting down with me. How's it going?
Thank you for having me. It's good to be here. I'm doing well. I got a lot to do and a lot to promote. And yeah, I'm doing well, living life.
That's awesome. Yeah, we go way back. It's a pleasure to have you on, bro. So I want to start all the way from the beginning. Where did your journey as a musical artist begin? When did you first start getting into music?
I started getting into music, I'd say around high school. I would rap a little bit, with my friends, whoever was rapping around, having beats. I used to write some stuff here and there. And then in high school, I started playing guitar. My cousin Billy, he's a drummer, and he was drumming for a while. And I kind of just picked up a guitar and then started jamming with him and learned how to play the guitar that way. And then, it went from that. It went to starting bands and writing songs and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you first started off as a rock singer. So what was your introduction to that?
My introduction to that. I always used to wish I could sing, but I never thought I could. But I guess it just started with the guitar, and then like the singing came way after that. Hip hop took a back seat for a few years while I was doing that. I was getting ingrained in rock and roll and punk rock and stuff like that, ingraining myself in music like that. Very rebellious period in my life.
It's all good. We've been there.
Yeah. So, it just grew from there. I became obsessed with playing guitar. And then once I learned how to play a little bit and I could just kind of write my own songs. And then, with that came lyrics. I practiced singing. And I guess as my balls dropped lower and lower, my voice got a little deeper and my singing voice got a little better, I guess, as I, worked through that.
Nice. That's awesome. Just moving forward. My bad. Just be careful with the thumping.
Yeah, sorry.
All good. So that's awesome. That's a
Guess
great
I am that
backstory.
guy.
So when it came to the rock influences earlier on in your career and when you became a singer, as a vocalist in general, who are your biggest influences as a vocalist?
Biggest influences as a vocalist. I'd say that's a very different question from a few years ago when I was playing in a band. For what I'm doing right now with my music that I'm making now, with hip hop, and I'd say Mac Miller, Chance the Rapper, Joey Badass, Wu-Tang Clan, like a lot of those artists and groups, like, influenced my hip hop mind and delivery a little bit. But I'm influenced by so many different styles of music, and I make all different kinds of songs that even different from hip hop. So there's this, like, I'm rock and roll, like Red Hot Chili Peppers, 90s stuff, alternative, like Chris Cornell and Soundgarden, Rage Against the Machine, all classic rock too, and even soul. Soul is like a big part of my influence as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Mac.
Yeah.
Great artist.
Definitely,
That's
his
awesome.
music spoke out, to not just me, but a lot of other people that, deal with day-to-day things that, music back then, there weren't a lot of people talking about their struggles. And that goes back to like, 2009, I guess that was coming up a lot more with, like Kid Cudi came out, and there was like a lot of, it's awareness about depression and struggle and stuff like that. And I think the way I use my music therapeutically, that's exactly what it is. It's a therapy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's an outlet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We need that. or else
Day
we're
and Night,
punching
Kid
walls.
Cudi. I remember that's when he blew up. I remember being a kid watching that on MTV, and that was my introduction to him. AMTV in the morning when we were little
Day and
kids.
Night was the first video of him that came out. I think he recorded it on a computer, went viral on like MySpace or something, if I'm not mistaken. And
I think you might be right. Back then, music was going crazy on MySpace, and that was the music discovery artist engine for MySpace. That's crazy. Imagine that time back then. But yeah, I remember that was my introduction to him too. And then
And then
Man on
Mac
the Moon
Miller was
album,
coming around
Erase
that.
Me.
Mac Miller was coming out around that time with Kids. I think it was like 2009, 2010
Yeah,
time.
Easy Mac, Nikes on My Feet.
Yeah, Easy Mac. With
My
the cheesy
favorite though,
raps.
like I knew about him back then because I used to watch Mac Miller and the Most Dope Family on MTV, and I knew about Blue Side Park. But the album that my favorite of mine for his back then, like watching movies with the sound off,
I love
that
that
was
too.
a favorite for me.
I love that too.
That album in 2013 really got to me. I bought that. Like that was a great record. I love a lot of his records, but that one was huge.
But for me, I think it was Best Day Ever. For at least for like that feel good, the like boom bap kind of shit. Like, and then he really transformed his sound and really was like vulnerable in his music as he, progressed as an artist. And that's something I admire.
Yes,
it's not an easy thing to do, to tell people all the problems that all the shit that's messed up with you. It's not easy to broadcast that to the world, essentially. So shout out to those of you who do it.
You're right.
Yeah.
It takes courage.
It definitely does.
Yeah. If you move or drop closer to the mic, just drop closer. Perfect. Appreciate it. You're right. It takes courage, but that's awesome. That's great that your influences are that. It kind of takes a journey back to like your mind as an artist, even as a person, how it molded your artistry and your music. And this past summer in 2025, you came out with the Manifest Destiny EP. Congratulations on the release. So let's talk about that project. Where did that project first begin? How did that EP come to fruition?
I think that started, well, I moved to Jersey early 2024, I think March or April 2024. And then I reconnected with Enigma, who I know lives in Jersey, and I started talking to him again. He's someone who I knew for years. Like we met at the Villa Roma. Those of you who know, shout out Villa Roma.
Nice.
We connected. I wanted to write. I wanted to get back into hip hop and stuff, and I saw he was doing his thing, and he ended up just sending me a beat, and I ended up just sending him back a verse, and then it just went from there. Yeah, like he showed me a lot in that. Give him mad credit for showing me how, like, I guess it works, like with beats and stuff. I didn't work with beats before and stuff like that. I never how buying beats works and all of that. So I learned that process throughout that. We just kept going with songs, sending each other beats and verses back and forth. And it just kept going until we had enough for an EP. And we made a whole EP show. That was special. I'm proud of that. Awesome. I'm proud of that experience. Definitely grown a lot through that too.
That show was at the Hop Shop on Staten Island, right?
Yeah, Hop
Shout
Shop.
out the venue, Hop
Shout
Shop.
out Hop Shop.
Great venue.
Yeah, that was a great show. It had a lot of great artists.
Yeah. How many tracks on the Manifest Destiny EP?
There's 6 songs on there.
6 songs.
It's on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. You could check out Manifest Destiny EP with Pat Allen and Enigma.
And you two both are vocalists on each track. You both kind of split in the half and half the time, the vocals.
Yeah.
Nice.
Each track we have at least a verse. And yeah, it was definitely like a combination with our sounds. We definitely brought something different, but definitely hit it at the same time. Like we were on the same kind of time mentally.
Yeah.
And that was a big part of it, of, trying to grow. Growth over everything became a thing. Growth over everything was born, man. If you're not growing, you're dying.
I know that's like
tree,
the brand
man.
you use on the platforms. Like that's the brand that you put for your content. GOE, growth over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did that brand come to life? Where did that name come from?
I don't know. It just kind of became a thing one day, like growth, because we had this track Growth.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it started with. And then Growth Over Everything was born after that, like GOE, like let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's cool. It's like
grow.
emotion.
Let's
it's
grow
like
over
action.
everything. And it's a way of life. It's something that could be brought to anything. But yeah, like I'm just trying to get better at whatever I'm trying to do. Like I got a lot of stuff going on in my life, and it's about balancing time. I want to get better at balancing the time, and just I've grown a lot. A lot of people can see that, or who've followed me and stuff like that can see it. But yeah, I just want to be the best human being I could possibly be.
Yeah, and being a music artist, an independent music artist, when you're trying to get your career off the ground, talk about balance. It's a great point. How do artists find balance when they're trying to build their career, you think?
People find balance in insanity. I feel like you have to go insane first too. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I don't know why my phone was ringing.
It's okay. You can
Sorry
just turn
about
it off.
that.
We're all good. I could always edit it later.
Can you ask that again?
Yes, it's on Do Not Disturb, right? We're all
Yeah.
good. Perfect. Oh yeah, you mentioned a great point. When building your independent music career, being a music artist, you talked about balance. How can music artists find balance when trying to build their career?
Well, you gotta know your priorities first. You gotta take care of what's important, what's most important to you 1st. So for me, that's family. Family comes first. If everything's good with the family, then I could worry about other things, and then make traction, make up space in other places of my life. But if my family life isn't good, then the rest of everything else that I'm doing is not going to be good. So it's like that's got to come first, and balancing the time of getting your stuff right, doing your responsibilities, whether it's around the house or paying your bills, stuff like that. Your responsibilities got to come first. You got to have your priorities in check before you make certain sacrifices. But sacrifices are sacrifices for a reason. But family's got to come first. That's for me.
You're right. That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah, I'm having a kid.
Congratulations, bro.
Yeah, she's coming in July. Baby
bro.
girl coming in July. Yeah, I'm excited, man. It's something new. I'm excited.
That's awesome. Let's go back to the Manifest Destiny EP. So 6 tracks with fellow hip hop artist Enigma. Who are the producers on that track? Let's go over the production.
Oh, okay. So we recorded all the songs with Robert Eric. Shout out Robert Eric. Down in Jersey. Enigma, put me on to him. He knows what he's doing. He's a seasoned vet in work. He works on all different types of music. He plays instruments. He sings. He records people. And that was a smooth process.
Yeah.
All the way through. We figured out what we wanted to do as we were going. Getting better each time. With every song that we were doing, we were getting better. Like I wasn't used to being a recording artist. Like, yeah, I've recorded some songs with my bands, but like getting in the studio with hip hop is a lot different. So he knew what he was doing. I was learning as I went, and yeah, just got a lot of growth out of it.
That's awesome. So he produced the entire EP?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then, knocked it out pretty smooth.
That's awesome. And that EP,
Smooth
Manifest
experience.
Destiny, that's available on all platforms, like you said. So you touched on a great point. So for years, you were also in rock bands. You were a vocalist in a rock band. And you've also made hip hop music for years. So you touched on being in the studio with hip hop and then being in the studio with rock. How did it differ?
Well, I guess with rock and roll, we played live a lot. So it's really like we were trying to capture what we sounded like live. In the studio working with hip hop, I think live is a different experience when you're not working with other musicians, performing shows with the beat and stuff like that. And having nobody back you up, it's definitely a different experience. But hip hop's just it's different. It's different. I feel like the recording process, I learned a lot about the recording process and myself and things that I could do, like my abilities. And certain times you got to be smooth and soft in the studio instead of like loud and abrasive when you're trying to perform live.
I hear you. Which do you think you love more?
Recording or performing?
Recording first. Which did you love more?
Well, I definitely performed a lot more than I've recorded. And I've had some great nights recording and performing. I think now I enjoy recording more because I didn't have as much recording experience. But like, I've performed a lot and I still love performing, but I feel like I like the studio more now.
Gotcha.
I like the making of and, making something that people are going to hear on, like whatever they're streaming from. And I just like making songs. I like making good sounding songs.
Yeah, no, for sure.
There's a lot of different things you could incorporate with the studio that you can't do like performing live, like harmonizing with yourself.
Yeah.
And, I like to do like some tracks with some high register, some low register, some in between to really bring some contrast. And I love doing that. It's a fun thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Being a music artist in general, it's a grind. It's like a full-time job. Between content creation, going to the studio, writing, there's always something going on. What advice do you have to artists when it comes to content creation? You do a lot of great editing. What are some great tools that you'd recommend to other music artists trying to up their content game?
I'd say there's a lot you could do with an iPhone. And if you are somebody that doesn't have an iPhone, that has an Android, like I think video quality is a big part of it.
For sure.
You know, getting good video quality from your own phone, or if you have a good camera, that's even better. Like a good camera that's better grade than, you know, like an iPhone camera. Just get good quality video, you know, like nothing choppy. And also, like, people want to know what you're saying in your song. So like I put lyrics on a lot of my videos because, you know, like I want people to know what I'm saying. Now, a lot of people, you know, might not hear everything, but you know they could read the lyrics and like have a better grasp of what you're saying.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, my advice is just like, yo, go out in the elements, go outside, like run around and find cool spots that are different to do this from. I think that's fun for me because, like, you know, just to get outside and walk, and as I'm, you know, going on a walk, I could see, oh, you know what, I like this spot with this tree here, and
Yeah.
and then yeah, I could just pull out something and do something.
Yeah, no, for sure. They even say, like, when you have lyrics, subtitles, captions on your video, short form video, there's a better chance it'll
Yeah.
perform well. It'll reach higher people, have more
Yeah.
reach, likes, engagement. So like that's a crucial point. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so
great.
definitely record up a bunch of songs, and then you could just do that for a bunch of songs, you know?
Yeah.
Do it for like whenever you have a free day, switch up your outfits, whatever.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed the editing part of it. I used to find social media very scary.
I hear
I
you.
wasn't always the most outgoing person. I'm still not. I'm still kind of introverted, but the social media thing is it's important to, I guess, if you're trying to get your music heard by anybody,
Yeah,
get some
yeah.
fans, like you got to play the game with it now.
That's a great
So-
point. So with music artists, you have to use social media to promote your music. You got to get your music heard. For artists that are a little more introverted, how do you think artists can get themselves out of their shell?
Just do whatever you do, whatever skill or talent you got, just set up your phone camera and, you know, do it until it doesn't feel awkward anymore. Do it till it's, you know, you feel right. And if you can't feel right, like there's so many types of video editing things and filters and effects that you could put on things, even if you don't necessarily want to show yourself. Like
Yeah.
there are so many different ways to portray like videos and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
No, for sure.
you got to get artistic with it.
Yeah, you could test with the different settings and
Yeah.
the different platforms that are within these apps. That is a great point. Yeah, with content now, if you're trying to build as a music artist, do you think raw and authentic matters more, or high quality polish? What do you think would resonate with more fans and build more fans?
I mean, personally, me, I like raw, but I mean, you just got to do whatever's best for you.
Yeah.
Everybody has different preferences. There are people who like stuff that's more raw and cut down. Other people like stuff that's more polished. I think it's probably like a balance, probably cut of preference,
Yeah.
you know, that people prefer.
Yeah, and you do a lot of editing for your short form videos. What content tools, what editing platforms would you recommend to other artists?
CapCut. CapCut's easy. I learned how to use CapCut easily. There's so many others that are just like CapCut out there, but not quite Cap. I like CapCut. I know what I'm using. I know what I'm looking for. Like I know the effects that I like to use that, you know, like are not too overwhelming and make
Yeah.
it look, you know, shoddy. I also use Kickstart with it sometimes, mostly for
Sorry.
photos and designing my album art. But also run videos in there sometimes too for certain effects.
So CapCut you go to?
Yeah, CapCut's my go-to for the most part, but I change it up. Sometimes I look for different ones that I
Mhm.
like. I mean, Adobe, stuff like that. I mean, I haven't used Adobe a lot, but
Yeah.
there's other ones out there that like I try sometimes here and there.
Yeah, I hear you. Because you've done a lot of short form video, you've done a lot of teasers for music, you're posting a lot of clips, numerous clips of the record. So yeah, that's cool about the platform that you use, CapCut. Yeah, a lot of people have used CapCut. I heard, well, even just know from using Adobe, Final Cut, CapCut. Yeah, it's a platform that I've heard is really convenient for a lot of people. It helps them. And yeah, it feels like now, especially in 2026, it feels like the market's so saturated. It's hard to cut through. But with social media and content creation, it feels like whatever's best for you as an artist, whatever you're most comfortable with, whatever you could do to churn shit out quickly, Would you agree with that? Like, it's better to just keep going and like make things quick so you could keep going. Do you think that's the best move if you're trying to build and get new fans?
I
Being quick with
mean,
content?
I'm not a big fan of like quantity over quality. Like, I mean, I like something of I'm more quality over quantity, but yeah, like you got to be consistent. Like when it comes down to it, like
I hear you.
you got to be consistent. Consistency matters, but also like if you got something that you feel passionate about and that you believe in,
Hmm.
and it's undeniable in your eyes, then it'll it'll
Yeah.
be, you know, it'll
That's the
be.
big debate now, like quantity over quality, trying to cut through the clutter. But no, I hear you. I hear you. That's a good perspective.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like when things get like watered down too much. Like
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to post the same thing every day either. I mean, I know like a lot of people do that, and it does work. You know, some people post the same exact video with the same song every day.
Hmm.
I mean, like I did that too a little bit. Like it does like work a little bit, but
You gotta do whatever works best for you as an artist.
try different things. You got to dig deep as an artist and just try not to like, you know, right off of the back of what somebody else is doing just because they're
Yeah.
doing it. You know, you got to find something that's your thing, that works for you, that works with your rhythm in life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. And you've played numerous shows around New York and Brooklyn, Manhattan, New Jersey. How did you secure these gigs?
it's a good question.
A lot of great shows.
uh,
You've been playing all over the place. So yeah, especially with as an artist, like booking live shows, securing these live performances. How did you come across these gigs and get on the bills?
different people, you know, that we came across. I'd say, well, with Enigma, when we were doing the Manifest Destiny EP, like it was just happening. Well, we had our first show ever at the Flowery before we even recorded all of our songs.
Mhm.
Like, and then there was the second Flowery Fest also that we ended up doing, and that was the year that we started releasing the music. So we were going with the Flowery, and we met a bunch of people there. We went to Jimmy's Lounge a few times with the Invaders of the Universe. Like shout out them, like they're killer,
Nice.
killer artists, killer MCs. Like they were always over there, and a lot of other great artists that were over there. Jimmy's Lounge had a lot of shows, and Tim over there booking shows.
Hmm.
Shout out Trip Squad Productions. They had me on a few times of their shows.
Yeah.
And then we put together the Manifest Destiny show ourselves at Hop Shop with Forrest the bartender. Shout out Forrest the bartender. She puts on events on Staten Island a lot at a few different places.
Yeah. Shout out to Hop Shop.
Yeah,
Nice.
shout out Hop Shop. All those years playing with the bands, like Jeff and Rage on Staten Island was great.
Yeah. Shout out
At
Jeff.
booking bands, like he
Yeah.
booked my band so much times. Uh,
Yeah.
Mother Pugs was great. I used to love playing Mother Pugs over there.
On the island. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
As a lyricist and as a writer for hip hop and rock and your songs throughout the years, as a lyricist and a writer, what's your process look like when you're starting a song?
I'm starting a song. Well, most of the time I'm like searching for beats. I'm just listening to beats until I find something that makes me feel something. So when I feel something, I could write about it. I could write, you know, like I think that the beat has to make me feel something, and most of the time it's like something boom bap soul derived that I could like sing some kind of melody on, or you know, stuff that I could easily like. I hear the flow, like when I'm trying to rap, like I could hear the flow that I want to go for right away before words even come. I mean, words take a little extra time for me. They don't always come right away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I'm not a very outspoken individual. Like I don't talk a lot. Like I'm a quiet dude. But
That's
yeah,
cool,
the
that's fine.
flow is always just there. Like I know what kind of flow I want. I know what
Mhm.
kind of like melodies I want to hit and stuff like that almost instantaneously if it's something that speaks to me.
Yeah, like how do you know when a melody speaks to you when you know it's like, all right, this is gonna be a Pat Allen track? Like, what is that earworm that sticks in your head
I don't
as
know.
an
We
individual?
could play some beats and I could just like sing and I could like show you, but nah. I don't know. Like, there's just something about like a song that like maybe feels nostalgic.
Mhm.
Most of the time, it's nostalgia that gets me. Like
That's
something
cool.
that yeah, I'm a big fan of nostalgia,
Yeah,
and you know, singing stuff that sounds like familiar to me, but like is not a song. I'm like sometimes I got to think in my head like, is this a song?
hmm
Like sometimes it might be, like sometimes most of the time it's not. Like I can't find. I just want to make sure like I don't steal from anybody, because I mean certain things are like familiar subconsciously in your head, and sometimes like you know a song subconsciously without knowing it.
No, I hear you. I
Like
understand that.
you don't think you
I
know the
understand.
song until you record a whole song, and then you find a song like, oh my god, I did not realize it sounded so much like that.
Whether it's intentional or not, like even like as being a lifelong music fan, yeah, and we have such wide array of influences. Yeah, sometimes, like you said, it may not even be intentional, but we have all these great tracks and artists, and we grew up with these great artists. We're inspired by so many different things. It's like a melting pot. It's like a hybrid theory to all the music we love, and it's like in our head for years, whether we know it or not. And that could come out in our art, which is cool. We're inspired by our experiences, our upbringing.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
then we all go through these phases, you know, like I go through phases of different types of music 'cause I listen to, different type of music I make. Like
Yeah.
when I'm feeling like melancholy, or sometimes I'm just like feeling myself, and
Yeah, for sure.
so it's like a few different modes that happen.
Yeah, talking about even production tools and everything now happening, all these innovations in the industry, digital tools, AI. How do you think AI is going to affect music creation and music production going forward?
I think it's gonna fucking ruin the world.
I hear you. Have you
No.
ever? Do you think it could be like a tool, like an extra band
Well,
member?
I mean, it could be definitely useful, but I don't like when people try to like pass it off as art.
I hear you. I understand where you're coming from.
You
I
know, like it could
understand.
be
Like it all
used to make our
depends.
lives easier. Yeah, I get that. You know,
Depends
like
how it's used, individual
we're trending
case.
towards the technological age, and things are expanding so fast. But I mean, for me, it's expanding like a little too fast for comfort with some of this AI shit that I see. Like I feel like the videos, they're gonna have to like regulate it at some point, because some of the shit is looking too real now.
I hear what you're saying. I hear
You
what you're
know,
saying.
like some shit's gonna have to be like regulated or something at some point. And I do not support like the AI artist thing, of course, and like AI beats. Like, like I hate the idea of like canceling out an artist to use AI instead.
As a music artist, what motivates you to keep going?
I feel like I have to, for my well being.
I understand.
Yeah.
Like it's a love. Like you need
It's a
it
love
for the
for
day to day
it.
life.
Yeah, like I think it's just my heart wants to like fucking sing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like I want to make things, whether it's hip hop or some kind of music. Like I don't know, I just hear tones and stuff in my head sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes words just come. Sometimes it's just a melody that comes.
I got you. I hear you.
And it would be a shame if that were to go to waste.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. The Manifest Destiny EP that you put out in the summer, lead single tracks like Sometimes. So what inspired the lyrics for the tracks on Manifest Destiny? What was the lyrical themes and inspirations?
I'd say like just overcoming obstacles, the negative. Well, sometimes specifically that was Enigma's hook. He wrote that hook
Mhm.
and came up with that. And like I think our first song that we wrote, Light Years. Light Years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the first tracks you guys wrote?
Yeah, I think that was the
Nice.
first one that we worked on. And then I don't know what was second or third. Growth was one of the first ones. Maybe Growth was second. But Growth was like the biggest thing. Like once like I found the beat to Growth, and I sent Enigma the first verse, and like he was, if that was a special like moment of connection for us right there.
Uh-huh.
Like when he heard that,
Yeah.
like it hit him at the time where like, he was going through something. I mean, I was clearly going through something, but yeah, like that became, what the EP became about, and manifesting destiny.
Yeah.
Like manifesting positivity, whatever we want. Like we can make it happen. We have all the tools to do it, and it just takes effort
Yeah. Great point. It
once you have the tools.
takes action, takes implementation. Yeah. It's a great point. It's a great point. As an artist, you've played numerous shows. Once you get off stage, How are you feeling? What's going through your head after a performance?
It depends how the show went.
Let's say it was a great show.
Okay, then
You're on that high.
then
How
I'm
do you
feeling
feel?
good. I'm feeling good. Like I'm excited. Like that I could just like chill after that and watch everybody else perform. Cause like I'm anxious before a performance in terms of like waiting before I perform. So it's like once I perform, I'm like, okay, now I could chill and like, all right.
I hear it's like a relief.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't want to like mess up or run out of energy, so I try not to like use too much energy before I go on. You know, I'm adjusting. Hip hop's definitely different, like show wise. Like you got to make sure you're not gonna run out of breath or stuff like that. For certain songs, every song is different, but it was definitely an adjustment in terms
Yeah.
of performing. You know,
What do you love about performing live?
Just doing it, honestly. Doing it around people that don't usually get to see me do it in my bathroom alone. But yeah, just doing it and getting to showcase like stuff that I've worked hard for and stuff that I'm passionate about.
Yeah,
Being able to share that
for sure.
that
For sure.
I love that feeling. And when somebody resonates with it, something that you're doing, like that's a great feeling. If you could have a positive influence or somebody or inspire somebody in any way, like that's the greatest give back from it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
As a hip hop artist, as a rapper, how do you prepare for a show? What's your routine looking like?
I start vaping less a few days before. Uh,
That's good.
No, I drink a lot of water, but I drink a lot of water all the time. I stay hydrated. I'm like neurotic with staying hydrated, even when I'm not like leading up to a performance.
That's
Like
great, though. That's important.
I need to be hydrated, and I need to be well rehearsed. Like I said, like when I drive to work in the morning, like it's maybe like a 40-minute commute. Like I'll perform in my car on the way. Like I'll run the beat in my car and just I rehearse in my car a lot because I know nobody could hear me. I like that feeling of nobody being able to hear me when I'm rehearsing or practicing something. So I make use of my time in the car really whenever I need to.
I agree. I'm the same way with the rehearsing, too. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So you're making use of your commute. That's awesome. So like, even the 40 minutes each way, that's an hour and a half. When you're trying to grind between music, production, having a 9 to 5, you're using the commute to rehearse, to get stuff done. I feel like a lot of artists can relate to that, especially if you have to work a day job. You have to like use it to fund your life, the music.
Yeah, and that
You're
9
using
to
the commute to
5
be
is more.
productive.
That 9 to 5 is more 9 to 9 too. So
For sure.
we try to make the most of our time.
No, for sure. That is how it goes sometimes. That's a great point.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In terms of now new music projects you have coming out, what you're working on now, and even I want to touch on this. So you worked in the studio a lot with these tracks. You've done stuff in the studio, a lot of recording. What about any DIY or home recording? Are you doing recording at home as well?
Yeah, for composition purposes mostly. When I want to hear how something sounds recorded out, when I want to think about like the song as a whole,
Uh-huh.
I make these demos on my phone with GarageBand for iPhone, and I record with my AirPods. I put the beat, I import the beat, and then I just record. And I actually made some of them sound pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Like from an iPhone GarageBand demo.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I do that a lot before I get in the real studio with people that actually know what they're doing in the studio to make it sound good. So that's really my preparation with that. So I hear everything that I'm doing, and then I mess around with background vocals and stuff like that. I get crazy in the demos. I try out different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, who are the biggest artists you're listening to? Like, what's on your repeat right now? What music are you listening to right now? Your favorite albums, songs, in rotation right now?
In rotation right now. You know what? That's a good question. Why don't we take a look?
Yeah,
Let's go take a look.
Yeah, what is Pat Allen loving right now?
Let me see what I saved recently. I have a very eclectic like mix of songs,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But I've been listening to a lot of different shit.
Well, how about
Here's
this?
Thundercat.
In the interim, like growing up, when you were a kid, what were your 3 favorite albums? What really resonated with you throughout your
When
life?
I was growing up,
Yeah, top 3.
Eminem was very prominent early on. Like, he kind of taught me how to rap, I guess, in terms of like, I had the Curtain Call, Eminem's Curtain Call CD, and inside the CD flap, the CD cover had all the lyrics to the songs. So I was rapping along to the songs, and I learned every word, and
Yeah.
it just became easy to do that. So like I learned how to rap that way with Eminem, and then there was like a lot of rock and roll growing up. Red Hot Chili Peppers are a big one for me growing up.
Yeah.
They were one of my favorites.
Curtain Call, that record was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge album.
Yeah, I think that was like a greatest hits kind of thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. A compilation,
Yeah.
his compilation. Yeah,
I
after
think that's what
Encore.
it was. That is
Yeah.
what it was. But what else? I used to listen to a lot of Nas.
Yeah. So it sounds like you have a lot, even growing up, even now. Like, you got a great blend and a lot of influence between rock and hip hop artists growing up from the 90s, 2000s, even 2010s, right? So a lot of like hip hop and rock artists.
Yeah, the 2010s era, like, yeah, Lil Wayne. I like Drake when he came out, and well, Kanye before he went nuts. Yeah, like I'm influenced by a lot,
That's awesome.
and
You got a
even
wide
by
palette.
classic rock, like Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, and
Classics.
like classics, and even
Yeah.
before like the soul era, like Otis Redding, Marvin Gaye, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like I think I'm like well rounded musically.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of types of music that I dislike,
hmm
but I think in every genre there's something that I like. I could find something that I like in any genre.
Yeah. Those are all great records. You're going way back. Yeah, through the decades, great records from numerous points in time. So, what upcoming music projects do you have in the works? You working on a new album?
Yeah.
Nice. Let's talk about that. So, what's the new album looking like? When do we think that we could hear that?
That's a good question. Later this year, most likely. So I'm finishing up some stuff. I got a few more to record, and then I got to get some mixed, and then yeah, I'll be putting it out at some point like later this year. Maybe drop a couple more singles in the meantime.
Awesome. Do you got a couple singles in the works that may come out in the next few weeks?
Not in the next few weeks, maybe next month.
Nice. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah, you already dropped a couple new ones in 2026.
Yeah,
Last
Kickstart.
couple months.
Kickstart just dropped February 13th. That's on all platforms. That's the raw version. That was all one take, no punch-ins, nothing. That was just a raw
Nice.
version.
What was the inspiration behind that song, Kickstart?
Kickstart. Times it's hard to get ahead.
I hear you. Yeah. And who produced that track?
Well, I bought the beat online, and then I recorded in the studio with Max Low.
Nice. So Max Low engineered that record?
Yeah.
Who was the producer of that beat?
I don't know off the top of my head.
I got you. All good. So you found that on which marketplace? Was it BeatStars or a different website?
I'm not sure.
It's all good.
Might have been BeatStars.
Nice. So yeah, you've been working with Max Low extensively as an engineer.
Yeah. I've been working with him. I've got a bunch of songs that I did with him now, and then also I got a few songs in the works with New in the Shoe. So from Staten Island.
Nice. Oh, he's another New York City
He's a
producer.
hell of a rapper too, man. Dude could rap his ass off. Shout out
Nice.
Staten. Shout out everybody trying to make it from Staten and New Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like there's a lot of talent, man. There's a lot of talent.
for sure. There definitely is. So what about upcoming shows? Do you have any new upcoming shows coming up and performances?
No, I have no upcoming shows right now.
I got you. You just
But,
played
I
that show
mean,
recently in Jersey City, right? That looked like a great lineup.
Yeah, I had the show. It was at this place in Jersey City. It was really dope. I really want to shout them out right now, but I forgot the name of the venue.
No worries. But that was a recent performance in
Yeah.
Jersey City. Looked like a great lineup.
Yeah, you'll put the name of the venue once I remember after this. You'll see the words pop up on
All
the screen.
good. No worries. We're chilling. All good. No worries. So
Yeah.
we're talking about music projects. Your upcoming album coming out later on in the year. You got some more stuff in the works. I'm sure you're going to be teasing a lot of it on social media, upcoming performances. So what else do you have in the works as Pat Allen? What else would you like to promote to the audience? Any projects, anything in the works?
Just a lot of songs, man. I got this album I'm planning to be maybe 13 songs.
Nice.
So it should be 13 songs, like made up of like songs I've released in like the last year or so, like some singles I released that are gonna be on it, and then some that I haven't released yet that are just gonna be exclusive to the album. And then I have some more ideas that are gonna be held for an EP. That's most likely gonna be an alternative EP.
Oh, nice. So change it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I'm mess around a little bit. I mean, like I said, like I'm influenced by so many different types of music. I'm
Yeah.
not just one type of thing. It's just, yeah,
Yeah, multifaceted.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
I'm influenced by a lot too, so I definitely hear you. That's awesome. So I know you've been working on a lot. Is there going to be on the new album an additional version of Kickstart?
Yeah, yeah. That is
Nice.
the plan.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna have a full version of Kickstart. You know, on top of that, it's
That
gonna
sounds
have,
dope.
You know, like background shits.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hype to hear, bro. That sounds awesome. So, to the audience, let the audience know, plug any social media handles, any websites. So, what can the audience know? Where can we find Pat Allen and Pat Allen Music?
Pat Allen, you could find primarily on Instagram at Pat Allen Music, PATALAN Music. Do not spell my name wrong. Do not spell Allen with 2 L's, please. PATALAN Music on Instagram. I got to get on the other.
And all streaming
sites,
platforms
but,
as well. You can find your music right on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Pat Allen, right? PATALAN.
Again, it's PATALAN, all caps. Search it. You could find my music.
On all platforms, right?
All platforms.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, recently Kickstart Raw version came out February 2026, right?
Yes, sir.
Be sure to go check out the projects on all streaming platforms. Check them out on social media. Pat, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, it's been great.
Been
Thank
great.
you.
And thank you guys for checking out another episode of Miltrick Media. I'm your host, Miltrick, sitting down with musical artist Pat Allen. Thank you guys for checking out another episode, and we will see you soon.